We now invite you to join us for part 35 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress, held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 7th, 2010, with Anastasia, vegetarian, who will be explaining the importance of doing our own research with regards to diet.
Any questions from Anastasia? Anybody about research? What is diet?
Well, a diet, in my opinion, a diet is a lifestyle, because a diet is for life. You live in a certain way. We're all on some sort of a diet. Whatever we eat, a diet is a way of life. Whether it's right or wrong, it's still a diet. That's my opinion personally. There are lots of definitions of the word diet itself.
Any other questions? Yes, please.
Rather than a question, it's probably more of an observation. I've been fortunate enough to be here over the last 2 days and listen to all the speakers, and I take notes. It's one of my things. And I didn't take very many notes while you were talking today, Anastasia, but what I did write down was that it's still correct and appropriate to speak to the experts, the health professionals, people with opinions. What's also equally as important is for us to do our own independent research and come to decisions that are right for us.
Yes, that's basically
that's it in a nutshell?
That's it.
Okay.
You got it. You got it.
So just make our own opinions and make the decisions that are right for us as
It's
individuals.
It's fine to listen to the experts. It's perfectly fine to get a second opinion, because, I mean, even doctors don't get it right all the time. So question the data that you see. If you talk to one person, and if they tell you something, and then you spread it around, at some point, it becomes a fact. Whether that fact is true or not, this is why you have to talk to more people than just one person or one expert, or you have to get both sides of the story to make an educated guess or a decision that's actually good for you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I actually completely agree with you. Because the current culture that is predominant, that I personally find as well, is that we just accept anything we are given. And taking the time out to research and find out whether things are right or wrong really helps to understand things in a lot more detail. And then when you know why, you can do it better. For instance, my mother fell sick some years ago, 2 years ago now. She had cancer. The doctors would never tell us why she got cancer. And they never do. They tell you what the symptoms are and what the next step that you must take is. In order to prevent the cancer from coming again, I began to research on the right type of food. Hence, I am here today. And now we've completely changed our food around 180 degrees. Everything came from research on the internet. And now my friends, my family, all people I know are all into improving their health and their diet. And I was the worst. I was a fast food, Diet Coke, everyday type of person. So I do think that in today's time when internet it can give us so much information, not to go and research is really kind of being irresponsible. Thank you.
Bravo, really. Another real-life example right there.
Excellent.
He took the responsibility for himself and for his own health. He didn't blame it on just, well, it's a fast food, there's nothing else to eat. You always have a choice. I think there's another question.
There's another question?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Just have a question about another aspect. If you look to the history of humanity, so in the beginning of humanity, I have read an article about that we only eat plants. We hadn't beef, we hadn't McDonald's. So what about this item? So we're going back to the roots now? Or is it more a trend coming from the US? Or what about this item? If you look to the history of human attitude, of human eating. I'm from Switzerland. Thank you.
I think it's more of a, not laziness per se, but convenience. I mean, fast food is fast. It's right there. We can get it easy. Whereas plants. That's what Mother Nature provides us. It's not genetically modified, hopefully. I mean, when was the last time any of you have killed their own cow or their own chicken?
Good point. Excellent point. Yeah.
I mean, in the ancient times when our ancestors used to kill animals, yes, sometimes it was for food, but most of the time it was actually to protect themselves and their families. It wasn't strictly, well, we have to go get food. Let's go kill something. Now we have all that meat available on the shelves, but really, do we know what's in there? Well, most of the time the tapeworms are found in fish, raw, uncooked, or badly cooked fish, meat, and products similar to that. You can rarely find tapeworms in plants. As far as I know, I'm not actually a doctor of any kind to know a lot about tapeworms. I just know about that from the perspective of it's a bad thing for your diet.
I accidentally found a book of the latest reincarnated Buddha, and book explained why we need to be vegetarian, and it was a part of Dr. Hegde's talk yesterday as well, that if you look at our digestive system, it resembles more the veg eaters rather than the carnivores. Even our teeth, we cannot have raw meat. It doesn't go with our chemistry. And all other carnivores have raw meat, and their body has acquired those same kind of chemicals generated to digest that. So actually so we need to think about it at least, or add more. If we are going against nature, we are going against nature by not getting up at the crack of dawn and sleeping right after sunset. We are living in concrete jungles rather than, natural surroundings. But if we are doing that, then at least we can set certain limits for ourselves. That, okay, I know in this day and age I can't do much, but let me do my best and look at my life from a different perspective. Thank you so much.
Just one-
Thank you.
Just one thing on the same subject of research. No one's really spoken about this particular hormone that we have in our body called thylin. Apparently that's only found among vegetarian animals or vegetarian plant-based diet animals, and we human beings have it. Whereas carnivorous animals or non-plant eating animals, they don't have that. In our saliva, it's there. Thylin, is it? Right. That's from research.
Two things I just want to tell this young lady who did a very brilliant talk. First thing is, diet probably has something to do with the Middle English diet, which means date. The next diet of the conference or next diet of the examination means next date. So it's your date, either with life or death, the way you eat. And you are what you eat. That's exactly what it means. So diet by itself doesn't have a definition, number one. Number two is, researching from the internet is fine. But remember that all that is put there is not been filtered. So anybody can write anything. A lot of people write just for the heck of it. It's not that it's necessarily true. So before you really take your decision, it's very, very difficult. For example, the young man here very rightly said he was on diet soda all the time and he changed it. But his original question has not been answered by him or by you. Why did his mother or anyone get cancer? You would be surprised if you research long enough, there is no answer for the question why at all in this world.
Absolutely.
No, nothing can answer the question why. It can answer only how or how much. Ratio re is therefore not reason why.
Absolutely.
The positive sciences can never answer the question why. Even if you change your diet and your mother gets better, that doesn't mean that the cancer came because of the diet alone. So this is the most important thing we should learn. And your point about experts is absolutely right. An expert is one who knows more and more about less and less, till he comes to the point that he knows more and more about nothing. But you are good in researching. But the problem is, what happens to the research at the end of the day?
I have my own blog that my current research interests, I actually publish them on there.
Good. So that others can benefit from your research.
So guys, there's a saying which says, take care of your body, because that's the only place you have to live in, actually. There is no other. We can't rent ourselves some bodies. We are coming to a very interesting part of the MEVEG Congress. And that is that we are going to go live via conference to Cancun, Mexico, where Supreme Master Ching Hai will be there addressing all the wonderful delegates. as to be a part of the MEVEG Congress. We'll be able to talk to her, and she'll be talking about a vegan way of life, that what impact it has on the overall global perspective, actually, and how it helps in making this whole world a better place. So we'll be going live in just a few minutes.
As we come almost to the end of 2 days of being here, a lot of thank yous are due to people who have, in the last 2 months, really supported us from God knows where. You know, when you tread on doing something like this, there are people who step forward and offer help. There have been volunteers who have just come forth and done a marvelous job. We have expressed our gratitude, as you see, to a lot of companies out here who have supported us in making this 2-day event happen for the first time ever in the Middle East. I'd like to personally thank each and every one of them, and also the Dubai Health Authority and the Dubai government for coming forth and offering support. The International Biosaline Agriculture, you had Dr. Masoom yesterday speaking on sea salt. So when he first heard that it's a vegetarian congress, he said, I'm not a vegetarian. So I said, okay, what do you do in that support? And he said, okay, I'll come and speak. I completely support what you do. So these are people who have come forth. Minop and Connex are co-partners, the organizers of this whole beautiful place. Dubai World Trade Center for offering all that beautiful lunch area set up and making our meals so delicious with their support. They also served, along with Radhe O Radhe, the first day's lunch. Loving Hut. Are we still licking our fingers after the afternoon lunch? Aren't we? They have done a marvelous job by flying in 22 people from Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia to cook for us in the kitchens of the World Trade Center. Isn't that just fabulous? Please, can you give them a big hand? Okay, people have not tasted so much of vegan food. That's just tremendous. I would also like to thank the SMTV team here who've been live linking us and telecasting us all through the 2 days. Where they appeared from, God knows. So they just happened. Thank you so much. Barakat, the fresh juices, which were on offer all during the 2 days for us. Freshly squeezed juice that they say. Thank you so much for that. We have Health Trends, who are Dubai World Trade Center-based brand, promoting nutritious food. Wild Pita, the world's first vegan shawarma, which we created. Thank you so much. Jasani LLC, Quality Printers, SPI, OK Productions, for all the media, event, and the management here for printing and so on and so forth. They have come forth. Radhe O Radhe for the food again. Smike Design Group, SAT Group, and Jewelry Trading. All of you, very much a big, big thank you. Deep gratitude for this. And this somehow gives me wanting to announce the next Congress, you know, in the coming year. Apart from that, I think the volunteers of Middle East Veg Group, all of us, on behalf of all the volunteers, thank you so much for coming here and just being yourself for the last 2 days. Thank you.